connections from the legal backgrounds. साथियों, आपको मालूम है कि recently Honorable High Court of Delhi has conferred the senior designations to various advocates as per the Delhi High Court's rules for giving senior designations, wherein an advocate has challenged the confirmation of a senior designations have been given by the Honorable High Court Chief Justice and including the companion of judges which were the part of that committee to decide the giving senior designation. सीनियर डेजिग्नेशन सीनियर एडवोकेट्स को मतलब उन एडवोकेट्स को मिलता है, फॉर एग्जांपल जो 10 साल की प्रैक्टिस करता है हाई कोर्ट में, और 10 साल के प्रैक्टिस के बाद उसके कुछ रिपोर्टेबल जो है ऑर्डर्स होते हैं, जो ऐसे केसेस जिनमें उन्होंने आर्गुमेंट्स किया है, और उस केसेस में वो जो ऑर्डर है, जजमेंट है, वो चाहे जो भी हो, फेवर में हो चाहे अगेंस्ट में हो, बट वो केस अगर रिपोर्टेबल बना तो उस रिपोर्टेबल बनना है, उन्हीं को कंसिडर करते हुए ये चीज़ें डेजिग्नेशंस सीनियर डेजिग्नेशंस मिलती है। तो लेकिन किसी एडवोकेट ने दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में भी चैलेंज किया था, ऑनरेबल सुप्रीम हाई कोर्ट में भी चैलेंज किया था कि सीनियर डेजिग्नेशंस जो है वो गलत तरीके से बांटी गई है, नेपोटिज्म हुआ है यहाँ पे, भाई भतीजावाद और चाचावाद, ये सब जो भी रिश्तेदारी निभाई गई है सीनियर डेजिग्नेशंस को अवॉइड करने में, जिसको ऑनरेबल हाई कोर्ट ऑफ दिल्ली के डिवीज़न बेंच ने इसको खारिज कर दिया, इस याचिका को। सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी ये पिटिशन फाइल हुई थी और आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट से भी उसका रिस्पांस आया है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है, जिसको मैं भी अप्रिशिएट करता हूँ क्योंकि मैं खुद प्रैक्टिस में इस चीज़ को देख रहा हूँ कि एन एडवोकेट होसो एवर एंड व्हाटसो एवर रैंक और डेजिग्नेशन ही इज हैविंग, बट द डिसीजन ऑफ ऑनरेबल जजेस the decision of honorable judges in adjudicating the matter doesn't get affected merely because he is having a senior designation, he is having a ASG, or he is having a very high so ever position. It is not, and it is nowhere, neither the law permits it, neither the constitution permits it, neither the judges permits these things. So वही आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि getting a senior designation doesn't affect us and doesn't get affected the adjudication of the cases. So there is no need and the committee has taken a right decision. कोई इसमें गलत नहीं है। तो मैं बताना चाहता हूँ कि this is a beautiful thing which is in our judiciary, that the senior designation doesn't value, but it is to be given the value just for purpose of making for the moment, why it's the benefit of a senior advocate, the very benefit that they used to get listen, the honorable judges used to get listen senior advocates in a very good and appropriate manner by giving time, because it's a presumption of theirs that the person is having a senior designation, having 30, 20, 40, 50 years experience. So either whatever he been arguing, there must have been something relevant or something concretable which may be required for adjudication. That is the only difference, and there is no difference in adjudication of the case, and that is why Supreme Court has dismissed this petition, have dismissed the challenge which have been made by the one of the advocate, that the designation which has been given by the Honorable High Court of Delhi is arbitrary and capricious, but the court found it's justified and they have upheld the decision. The list senior designations of 70 advocates given by the High Court have been upheld by the Supreme Court, and thank you. और ये चीज़ें होती है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी। एक मैं इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ भी बताना चाह रहा हूँ विच आई थिंक मस्ट नॉट बी इन द नॉलेज ऑफ वेरियस पीपल, एंड द नॉलेज इज दैट very many advocates in the Supreme Court of India who are senior because of their age, but the another thing is that they have been given designation of senior advocates by some high courts. It's being done by either one of the high courts. So every person, most of the person have got the senior designation from the high courts, and there are few lesser who have been designated by the Supreme Court itself. And people, this is a two category of giving designation as a senior advocate. And there is another advocate on record for which one has to pass the IIB, all advocate on record examination, which is being conducted by the Honorable Supreme Court after completing 5 years of law and after having a 5 years of practice after completing your law. This is a practice of becoming role of becoming an advocate on record in the Supreme Court. And the third category of advocate who used to practice before the Supreme Court are normally advocate who have been enrolled in the Bar Council of Delhi on whatsoever bar he can adopt. And recently, the one of the Justice Nagaratna has make an obstruction during argument by a lawyer, a young lawyer, by saying whether you have been authorized by the AOR to argue with this case. He said no, sir. Then the judges has asked that how an person who is not having the advocate on record, how he is practicing before the Supreme Court. He doesn't have any right. But at the same time, the another advocate has shown the rules that this is Supreme Court rules 2013, which permits any person, if merely he is enrolled as an advocate, he can argue before the Supreme Court, irrespective that he doesn't have any right to file cases in Supreme Court with his own name, but he can argue the cases if has been authorized and filed by the advocate on record. This is what the two new things which I have just covered to you. Thank you. आप सभी लोग हर वीडियो में